2. We're going to be talking about wrestling today. Whole bunch of wrestling. It's WrestleMania weekend. All of us wrestling fans all around the world are super excited for this. This is our Christmas. It's our time to shine, if I may say. I'm here with one of my best friends, Troy. I've
What's going
known
on,
you
y'all?
more than half my life now, I think.
Yeah, fucking for real.
I think so. And I want to start this off with what is on your mind today, man?
I mean, just to kind of anchor off of what you said, dude. I mean, what's on every wrestling fan's mind right now is just WrestleMania. Like,
That's
I
right.
can't think of anything else this week besides WrestleMania. I'm at work, WrestleMania. Workout, WrestleMania.
That's
You know?
right. Hey,
Um,
that's where you and me are going to be.
exactly. Exactly.
At least it's our plan. It's our plan. It's our
Exactly, bro.
plan, man. First thing I want to talk about to you, I want to talk about the most recent interview that came out, the CM Punk interview. I believe it was the MMA Hour. I forget the name of the host. I know you got questions about that. I got questions about that. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna just hand that off to you. I'm gonna let you
All right.
take over for that.
I mean, there's definitely a lot to unpack there. So I feel
Mm-hmm.
like we should definitely talk about the main points.
Mm-hmm.
Probably there wasn't much said about it, which I wish there could be, but there's an NDA that about it's called Brawl Out. Everybody calls it. If you don't know, basically what happened was there was a huge misunderstanding with Colt Cabana getting released off TV. He's friends with the Elite. The Elite took that as CM Punk did that.
Yep.
The Elite started a fight with CM Punk. The rest is you can't talk about it.
Yeah. I really
But
wish we could have got that pull behind the curtain.
I know. But what CM Punk did say, which I thought was very interesting, and I'd like to get your thoughts on this too, is he's not the one who initiated the NDA.
No, it was brought up to him. It was brought to him.
Right.
If I remember correctly, Tony Khan brought that up and was like, "Hey, I need you to sign this. You basically like you should know what this is. You know why we're doing this. I want to save my company. I do feel like there was a conspiracy plan against Punk to get him out of AEW once everything
Absolutely.
with the Elite transpired, and then especially what happened backstage with him and what's the name of the wrestler that he choked?
Jack Perry.
Jack Perry, yeah.
Mm.
Who God knows what he's doing right now, but I really feel like that was like the final straw. But a lot of the things that CM Punk did talk about kind of like had me in a trance a little bit, had me in a in a kind of in a headlock with all the information that he was giving out,
Had you in a headlock, huh?
See what I did there? See what I did
Let's see
there?
what you did there. I'll write
Yeah.
that down.
For those that don't know, he choked out Jack Perry and put him in a headlock, and the rest was history after that.
That's history.
A lot of the things that CM Punk said, like he said that a lot of AEW management, aka the boss and the higher ups, were kind of childish, doing more of the more childish variety of things that were going
Looking
on.
out for themselves type thing.
Yeah, kind of
Yeah.
just no care for the employees, the wrestlers in that retrospect, but really just only caring about what can we do to save us in 20 years, 20 years from now.
Right.
And CM Punk, he was like, no, I'm not going to let these people paint my name in negative light. So I'm just going to spill everything that I can, that I'm actually allowed to spill. And I really loved that CM Punk went and did that, because remember when all these news outlets came out with all the CM Punk news. Remember, they all said, everybody in the world was saying CM Punk, he's such a misogynistic hypocrite. You know what I'm saying? He was all these bad things, and once he came out and spoke about it, now everybody's back on Team Punk. So I really feel like when CM Punk talks, everybody listens. I don't think he has a reason to lie about what happened that he's actually allowed to discuss that happened in AEW. I don't think he has a reason to lie about that. So he really caught my eye with that. type of, especially
Sure.
very informative. You know, he couldn't give us too much of the peek, but he couldn't let us fully in the curtain, but he allowed us to at least poke our heads in there. You know,
Yes.
put a hand out in
Yes.
between those curtains.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
To piggyback off of one of those things, CM Punk did say about pulling back the curtain.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought he brought up a really interesting point with that. Um, I think a lot of wrestlers nowadays, not every single wrestler, but a lot of wrestlers nowadays, I think they put too much out there on
Yeah.
social media.
Mm-hmm.
And granted, that's probably just the day and age we're in. You know, I get
Yeah.
it. Everybody has a life, you know, and especially when you're a celebrity. Not
Yeah.
that wrestlers are like top tier celebrities,
Yeah.
but your life is under a magnifying glass. So, you know, whatever you're doing, there's always going to be pictures, people
Yeah.
talking online.
Yeah.
Um, but people like, you know, MJF,
Yeah.
CM Punk, um, The Undertaker up until a few years ago,
Yeah. I mean, he
Roman
went his
Reigns,
entire
they,
career.
they, they all act their persona,
Yeah.
you know?
Not too many people do that anymore.
Right. And I think that's why so many people gravitate towards those wrestlers because those wrestlers that I just listed have a tremendous fan base, every
Yes.
single one of them.
Yeah.
Um, so I think that really makes a wrestler nowadays. So I think with CM Punk being in AEW, I think they could have really benefited from that, and
Mm-hmm.
they obviously did. You know, they
Yeah.
were having a lot of shows sold
They had a
out.
lot of sold out shows.
Dude, Wembley Stadium,
Yeah.
100,000 people. You know,
Yeah.
that's unheard of for a company that's only been around for 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
And I'm not
Congrats to
saying
them.
that's all Punk. You know, that wasn't all CM Punk, but
No.
that was definitely a majority.
Yes. There's still a lot of. We know a guy that loves CM Punk.
Right. Exactly.
we know a guy.
Chicago native.
Yeah. My
Um,
man, ride or
but
die CM Punk fan.
but yeah,
Not his own.
I think WWE is now going to, and you know, I don't want to get this twisted. WWE was definitely succeeding before Punk came back.
Yes.
I don't want people thinking Punk is like the catalyst of this new generation. He's not.
No.
But him coming back definitely pegged it up a few.
Yes.
You know, and WWE is just at such a top tier right now. It's insane.
Wrestling is cool. Wrestling
like what our
is
buddy
cool.
Dwayne said.
Yeah. Oh man, we got a lot
Wrestling
to speak on
is cool
for
again.
Dwayne a little later on in the show.
Yes, we do.
Troy, I want to talk about, you know, not to get us off track here. Let's talk about why we jumped into wrestling. I'm gonna let you go first because your story's a little longer than mine.
All right. I mean, I'm not gonna hop into like a huge conversation. Obviously, I'd want to save that for another time.
Right.
But
This will be when the book
wrestling
comes out.
Yeah. But wrestling is kind of like it for a lot of people. I think not just me. It's an outlet. You know, if you have a lot of bad things going on in your life, you know, whether it be wrestling or a TV show or music, everybody has their outlet. Wrestling has always been my outlet.
Yeah.
Whenever I was stressed, when shit wasn't going right at home, you know, I just turn on wrestling. You know, like
Right.
I remember my first WrestleMania, I was like conscious enough to like remember was WrestleMania 22, and you know, I got to see Triple H and John Cena, or no,
Yeah.
sorry, Jesus, Shawn Michaels and John Cena.
Yes.
Shawn Michaels and John Cena.
Yes.
And you know, that was I remember just watching as a kid, and I was just like that at the screen, like
His
I was
mouth
just
dropped,
yeah,
eyes glued to the screen, just
exactly,
watching absolute cinema.
exactly. And when you're doing that, you don't remember, you know, what happened that day,
Yeah.
or you know, like you don't, you know, you just don't think of the bad things.
Right.
But yeah, kind of a basic answer, but I mean, it's truth, you know.
Hey, listen, you can't pull the curtain all the way back. Just like what CM Punk did on that interview. You know,
Exactly.
you only can give the fans a taste of what's to come.
Exactly.
I remember my first WrestleMania. I'll forever think that I was the reason that the streak ended. WrestleMania 30, my very first WrestleMania that I ever watched. I'll say it here first. You know, sue me, do what you got to do. I will forever think that I'm the reason. My first ever WrestleMania that I watched The Undertaker lose, and I only watched for The Undertaker. I don't remember what happened during the day, but I do remember that we grilled we grilled barbecue stuff like chicken, ribs, hot dogs, things like that.
Yeah.
We watched the pay-per-view. I remember when the 3 count hit, I went into the bathroom and I cried. I cried for about 10, 15 minutes. And that kind of like started my love for wrestling.
Mhm.
I had toys. There wasn't much that made me like fall in love with wrestling immediately, but it definitely like stirred me to like want to watch it more. And
Yeah.
then there was this group that came, the Shield, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose. They would come out of nowhere. Their theme music would hit, and they'd just beat up everybody. And that just caught my eye, and I'm just like, man, I want to do that. I want to just at will just beat up people, you know.
Yep.
And that I think I'll forever say that the Shield got me to love wrestling the way that I love it now. Back when I was younger, you would go and fake wrestle with your friends. Practice moves on them and things like that. Have little tiny matches with them. Just in the living rooms, things like that.
Yeah.
Definitely, the Shield coming out, beating up people. That's definitely what got me into wrestling. Definitely.
Sure.
We right now we're in the midst of training to go to.
Yeah.
We're trying to get acclimated with working out, getting our regimen ready,
Mhm.
things like that.
Yep.
Because that's what we want to do. We want to go around, come out, our theme music hits, beat up people, leave.
Yep.
Get
paid.
Yeah, get paid, feed families. But see,
Exactly.
when we come out, I want us to be able to move mountains, if I may.
If I could quote one man, maybe move a needle.
oh, hey, I just want to be sure that everybody's hands will be too short to box with God. But that's just a little something for the fans at home listening or watching this on whatever outlet that you guys may be watching this on.
Well, enough of being a mark.
Go. What we got next, Mr. Troy? What we got?
So I wanted to kind of get into. I know you told me you watched some of it, so we don't have to talk about all of it. But the Bray Wyatt documentary,
Ooh, yeah,
was definitely a touchy subject,
especially for you.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I kind of want to know your thoughts on it first, just because I don't want to put too much out there and spoil the rest for you.
Yeah.
But
so, definitely. Let's see. What can I remember first? The thing I remember at the top of my head, kind of put me on the spot here. Husky Harris.
yes.
The transformation from Husky Harris to Bray Wyatt.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing him work on promos, seeing him be adventurous, love that nature side, love all of that, kind of really put that into perspective of how somebody can hone their craft and perfect it.
Yes.
Definitely helped me realize, like, when you and me talk all the time, you always say, Jermaine, you're cutting a promo right now. Or like Karan or Daimir, one of them. Everybody says I just cut promos at will.
He does. For a disclaimer, he does.
And I just think about the way I talk and the way that I construct my sentences when I talk to people. And I've realized I do. I cut some sick promos. I will be the greatest man to touch a mic. Hell, I just got ready to start cutting one. But I loved it. This man was so creative. The mindset that he had at a younger age than like people that finally get a good gimmick after they battle something and come back and be good shit. This man had that at 27. I mean, that's so young, especially in the wrestling world, to like have, like Bray Wyatt said, the whole world in his hands, eating from it, wanting more of that creativity. There will never be another man like that ever again. I hope there isn't. I hope I get to live to see another guy that's like that, but I don't think there will ever be anybody that was dedicated to their character like how Bray Wyatt was. And
Yeah.
all praise to him, because that man was a hard worker, and he loved his fans, and he loved what he wanted to do, which was to give back to because he was a kid one day, and he just wanted to give to those kids. So prayers with his family and all that. But that's my take on it. I just love him. I just love him.
Absolutely. I thought one of the cool points in it was it's not every day you get to see John Cena and The Rock compliment somebody so much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you had The Rock come out at WrestleMania and put you over. You know what I'm saying? Usually when The Rock comes out, he's making, jokes and all that stuff. He didn't make any jokes. It was, straight business.
Yeah.
And I think that really showcased how strong that Bray Wyatt character was.
Yeah.
Because The Rock wasn't lying. He had about 90,000 people with their phones in their hands, with their flashlights on.
Mm-hmm.
That's not something Bray Wyatt even created.
No,
that's something the fans came up with
fans
all by
created that themselves.
Exactly. And it's just like how the fans got involved, and like you said, how creative he was with everything. It came down to even the stitching on his attires.
Yes.
It was just mind blowing, because I knew he was creative. I think everybody did, but I don't think everybody knew how
creative
he actually was.
Yeah.
You know what I
mean? He was always willing to try everything. He wanted to every idea that came to him, he figured out a way to make it better. So it's like,
yeah. And if you think about it, he basically pulled a Cody Rhodes before Cody Rhodes.
A little
Besides the whole leaving the company thing, like Cody had Stardust, and then he turned into, this huge American Nightmare Cody Rhodes. Bray Wyatt, same thing. He started off as like a hick, fat guy.
Yeah.
Who wasn't supposed to know anything and seemed dumb.
Yeah.
And he changed it into this whole, like, cult leader that everybody loved.
Yes.
And like he just kept reinventing himself, and it was just
great.
I
wish we got a little bit more of it, but
and we were about to see peak.
Yes, we were. It's all right.
It sucks. Very sad.
It is sad. It is. Is there anything else that we have to talk about for Bray?
Like I said, I don't want to spoil it too much, because I know you said you weren't finished with it.
Yeah.
So you definitely got to finish it.
I definitely got to finish it. I know.
For sure.
The plan's tonight when we finish recording.
Oh yeah, awesome. All right. How about?
What's up?
I mean, I know we talked about it. How wrestling is just cool right now.
Wrestling is cool.
And I don't want to point at one person and say, they put it on their back. But the amount of hype, the amount of views, the amount of attention that is on wrestling right now, I have to say is almost mainly because of one person, that is The Rock.
I think so.
The Rock has been in headlines every week since he's been back.
Yeah.
He's been, I know it sounds kind of corny, but, I mean, the swearing is coming back.
We love it. Us fans love it. Triple H, please, you are feeding so many villages right now.
And it's bigger than swearing, it's
bigger than, especially to us.
For people who didn't know, Vince McMahon did not allow not just swearing, but a lot of words weren't allowed on television. Like, you couldn't say belt, you couldn't say feud, you couldn't say hospital. You'd have to replace it with some dumb stuff. It's just showing that the wrestlers have more freedom now.
Yep.
And I think it's showing a lot. And I think The Rock being there and not only being on the board is a big part in that. Because The Rock has always been a voucher that wrestlers should just be themselves.
That's right. Definitely Triple H taking over the company. I know, I don't mean to cut you off, but CM Punk, saying the line, doofus son-in-law to run the company, might have been one of the greatest things to ever happen to us.
It really is. It really is. That's the one thing
Definitely.
CM Punk was wrong about.
Yes. At least so far. He's so far.
So
At least
far.
so far.
So far. Because even Vince cooked in the beginning.
Yeah. But wrestling right now is feeding us. We are. I hope nobody's taking any of this for granted right now.
No,
because this is spectacular. What's going on? Spectacular. We're going out going out with a bang this weekend. You know, by the time this recording's uploaded, the moments will have already come and gone. WrestleMania will already have been done. But we're definitely going to talk about predictions and all that stuff a little later on. But what's next for us, Troy? What's next?
Well, speaking of this week, was something a little lackluster this week. I don't know. Not sure if you agree. Not sure if I'm gonna have a lot of people that agree with me. The Raw this week compared to last week.
Compared to last week, yeah. I kind of wish that they flipped it.
Right. Because, I mean, everybody knows the Raw, the SmackDown before pay-per-view. You want to have that as kind of like, your best weekly show.
Yes.
Because you want to make sure that going to the pay-per-view, it's as much hype as you want.
Yes.
To be honest, not much memorable besides the opening segment.
The opening segment and the finishing segment.
And the finishing segment.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of the vignettes with Sami Zayn and Chad Gable.
I really wish that Chad Gable won.
At least make it a triple threat,
I was expecting a triple threat once Sami won. I get it. But Sami, I feel like Sami, and a lot of people probably won't like what I'm about to say, but I feel like Sami's moment has come and he's gotten it and he doesn't need another one. Now, I'm not going to say he doesn't deserve, the hard work and dedication that he's put in, but I feel like he doesn't deserve this moment more than a Chad Gable.
Right. I agree.
I just feel like I wish Chad Gable won that match. It's a better feud. It's better. More people want to see Chad Gable versus Gunther than Sami Zayn versus Gunther for the Intercontinental title. I could be wrong. Hey, I could be one of 30 million people that want to watch that match. I could be the only one that wants Chad Gable. Everybody wants Sami Zayn, but I just feel like Chad Gable's the better storyline for that type of for this caliber of a match of a WrestleMania match. So,
absolutely. I don't think you're in the minority there. But I think that IC title win obviously needs to go to someone like a Chad Gable, like you said, or someone like a Braun Breaker, who is coming up to the main roster, who needs
up
to who needs like that big bang, right when they come up to the main roster.
Yeah.
And not to do an early prediction, I do think that will happen. I think Gunther's going to beat Sami Zayn.
Mm-hmm.
I think Braun Breaker is going to beat Gunther on the SmackDown after Mania.
Braun Breaker.
Yes.
I was gonna assume that Braun Breaker was going to win the Battle Royal.
That's a good one too.
That's what I was gonna predict, but I also hope he does not win it because we all know what happens to people that win the Andre the Giant Battle Royal.
Yeah, unfortunately.
But definitely something that we gotta. What's the word? Kinda not. Either way, I'm still gonna look forward to the match. I'm still gonna watch it. My eyes are still gonna be glued.
It'll be a good match.
It'll be a great match. It's just, I think us fans would have wanted something more.
Yes.
WrestleMania, the show of shows, you want the best storylines to line up with each other.
Exactly.
So that's what I think. That's what I think.
Yes.
My opinion. But that's definitely something that I thought that Triple H would agree with me on. But hey, it's okay. Not everybody agrees. Maybe he sees something that I don't see yet.
Exactly.
So that's why he's making the big bucks and I'm not. So definitely we'll see what happens on I think it's Saturday when they face.
Yes, Saturday.
Yeah. So we'll see about that.
So what do we think is going to happen on SmackDown? Not really much announced yet for SmackDown.
Is The Rock?
The Rock and Roman are scheduled to be there.
They are?
As so is Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins.
Brawl. And I'm talking. I feel like Rock's got to come out. Talk about Mama Rhodes. Waste 20 minutes walking down to that ring.
Now, waste is a strong word, Jermaine. You must enjoy The Rock.
Let me shut up and enjoy the ride the Rock is taking me on. That's right. Let me shut up about that. But he's going to, talk about Mania, talk about why Cody is so dumb for accepting that tag team match. I feel like Roman will then come out. They'll talk. I think there's going to be some interruptions. Security will be involved. I just want a brawl.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I want. Give me what I want. And I think SmackDown's going to give me what I want. A good preview for Mania. But gotta remember, we're probably only going to have about an hour of show because the Battle Royale, which takes like 45 minutes.
I wonder if that's going to be kicking off or main eventing.
Probably kicking off, now that I think about it.
It should main event. I'm not going to lie, but I digress. What's going on with this Bayley and Io match? I gotta ask. I mean, like, it's kind of making me upset because I want to see Bayley as champion. I love Io as champion, but they're just not building them both right at all.
No, they're not.
I think that is, and it's. I'm not trying to trash on the feud because it hasn't been a bad feud.
Yeah,
it's just the from the moment Bayley was in the ring with them and said, "I spoke Japanese this entire time."
Yes,
I never understood that.
I wish I had the answer. I wish I do. I did.
Just because, like, it's a WrestleMania match.
Yeah.
You want to have intense rivalries. You don't want to have, well, she was talking trash about me. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I fully understand. It's a weird rivalry to me. The build-up has not been great.
Mm-hmm.
It really I kind of feel like it's just been like clumped together.
Yes.
And they're just like shoving it at us, and they're saying, make it a match at Mania because Bayley won the Battle Royal, like I predicted.
He did predict it. He did.
That's what I feel like on the whole thing. I feel like Bayley's gonna win that match.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I wish I wish I could like go in depth about that, but I truly I'm just as confused on that as you are.
Yeah. I feel like they're definitely, I don't want to say they're purposely doing it, but I feel like it's kind of being overshadowed from the whole dream match scenario of Rhea Ripley and Becky Lynch.
Yeah. That's going to be
obviously everybody wanted to see that match. It's happening. Another weird one is they kind of just threw Jade Cargill in a 6-woman tag match.
Yeah, and that didn't become a match until
last week.
Yeah.
Right. And I mean, I get you don't want to have someone who's brand new, who you want to build as a star, have to showcase themselves on their first Mania by themselves. I get that.
Yeah.
But to where she's in a 6-woman tag with Damage Control, I just don't understand that.
It's kind of racial if you put the pieces together too. Jade, Bianca, Naomi versus Damage Control.
I mean, yeah. I mean, like, I don't want to say that because, like, I feel like race and wrestling never really clash.
Unless you're Vince McMahon.
Unless it's Vince McMahon. Thank you. Unless it's Vince McMahon. Because I feel like thankfully wrestling is the one sport that's never brought politics or racism into it. Thank God.
No, I'm not saying it's racist. I'm just saying like.
No, I get it. It's like a racist concept. I get you. Yeah. I mean, it does kind of feel weird on the other side having Dakota Kai on Damage Control.
I feel she's something though. I think she's Australian or something.
She is from New Zealand, if I'm not mistaken.
Isn't that Dutch?
Huh?
Isn't that Dutch?
No.
Which one's Dutch?
Isn't that from Amsterdam?
Are we about to look this up live?
I don't want to sound like an idiot, so I don't know.
I'm looking it up. I'm looking this up.
I'm pretty sure Dutch people are mostly from Amsterdam. I might be wrong though.
All right, Amsterdam. That's in the Netherlands.
Okay, but Dutch
Where's the
people.
Netherlands?
Where are Dutch people located?
Yeah, let's find that. Where are the Dutch from? There we go. We got a preview. We got a preview. They're from Netherlands. Netherlands. I was
Boom.
right. Right?
I was right.
Yeah, of
Amsterdam,
course. Yeah,
Netherlands.
I was right. There we
Continuing
go.
on. Continuing on. Anyways, I'm trying to think of other builds that we definitely need on SmackDown.
The Ray Dominic match or the tag
Yes.
team match. Why did Rey Mysterio pick Dragon Lee other than Carlito to be
I
his
think that's
tag?
going to lead to something. I think that's going to lead to Carlito making a heel
Carlito
turn.
turning heel?
And I think he's going to, join the LWO. Or not the LWO, Legado.
Legado del Fantasma?
Yes.
Did I say that right? I think I did.
Yeah. And I think eventually Dominic will be kicked out of the Judgment Day to join Legado as well.
Do you think JD McDonough will leave with Dominic?
No.
You think JD McDonough is going to stay?
Nobody's even noticed that's Finn's right-hand man.
You're right.
I think him being with Dominic is kind of like a planning scheme type thing.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just me. I don't know.
Okay. That's okay.
Trying to think of other builds that we could talk about.
We got
a ladder match.
The tag team ladder match.
There's not much to build there. You know what I mean? It's kind of just a ladder match. Teams going at it.
Yeah. I feel like the Judgment Day is going to win that.
We won't get to that yet. Well, do you want to get to predictions? Because I feel like there's not much else to talk about. For SmackDown, at least.
You're right. What else do we have to talk about?
Oh, the Logan Paul, Kevin Owens, and Randy Orton triple threat.
Oh, man.
So how can we make that build better? Because it's been okay. It's not been bad.
It's not. It hasn't been as bad as Io and Bayley. I'll say that.
Right. I feel like it hasn't been bad, but it hasn't been as good as it should be. It hasn't been the
best either, though. Like, I get why Randy's in the match. Don't get why KO's in the match.
I do, kind of to a sense. Due to the fact that he did get screwed at the Royal Rumble.
Who?
KO.
Okay.
Do you remember what happened with the brass knuckles?
Replay it for me.
Logan Paul went to go use the brass knuckles, missed. Kevin Owens picked them up, hit Logan with them, and then he got disqualified.
Oh! In the United States title match. Yes. Okay, I remember. I'm thinking
that's the Royal Rumble. I was just referring to the pay-per-view.
Okay. Yeah, because that's what I was thinking. I was like, were they in the Royal Rumble? I don't remember that, but okay. Yeah, I remember now. Yes.
So my view is kind of the opposite. Because I feel like everybody loves Randy, so they won't say it, but Randy was just kind of thrown in there.
I think Randy has a reason to because of what happened to him at Elimination Chamber.
Right. But why? You get what I'm saying? Why? Why would Logan Paul do that to Kevin Owens and Randy Orton? Make it make sense.
I don't know. Listen,
it's just it's going into the build as Randy and Kevin Owens are friends.
Yeah.
And Logan Paul is like that. Like, and I get that, but it's like
calling it right now. We're gonna get a Triple H, Shawn Michaels, John Cena.
Yeah, RKO right to Kevin Owens.
Yeah. As soon as that bell rings, RKO.
Yeah, I can see that happening.
Definitely can. I think that's like. Is that everything for the?
I think so. I mean, if you want to pull up the card, we'll get the predictions going.
Yeah. Just give me a second. Let me pull it up.
Do you want to start with the Battle Royal?
Yeah.
That is on SmackDown. But...
Yeah. Let's do the Battle Royal. First. I think, and I hope I'm wrong. I think Braun's gonna win it. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong.
I think Solo is gonna win it.
Oh, Solo? Okay.
Just
Okay.
because it is kind of weird. The whole Bloodline has a match. He's not really announced for anything. So I think that's kind of giving away like he's going to be in the Battle Royal. He has to be.
You know what? He hasn't won a match
And I feel like
since beating
he's at
John.
least owed it. He's done pretty good main events
Yeah.
on a weekly basis. Definitely needs work on the microphone. But wrestling wise, I think he definitely belongs in the main roster, and I think he needs something. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. So the tag team match: Rock, Roman, Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins.
Oh, I'm surprised you didn't put that middle part there.
Nah, not yet.
You're allowed to have bias on your own show, Jermaine. It's okay.
Oh, don't you worry. The bias will come.
Oh, you're just waiting for that one match, huh?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I am too. Don't worry.
I will use my 1-day clause so quick. So quick. But I'm going to tell you right now, for the Drew and Seth match, whoever wins gets cashed in on.
All right, we'll get to that though. But you said the tag match.
Yes. What you got? What you got?
Roman and Rock. But I'll get to that when we get to the Roman and Cody match. It'll all make sense.
Okay. I'm going with Seth and Cody.
Are we going any interference? Or is it just straight clean tag match?
It's Roman. It's Roman.
But it's Roman and Rock. It's a tag match. We know how Roman works in these tag matches.
Yeah, he doesn't work at all. He works the ropes, brother.
So is The Rock going to be doing most of the work?
I have been thinking about that. Like, are they going to make 55-year-old Dwayne do all the heavy lifting? Because Roman doesn't do much in tag matches.
Right. I mean, he did the last time with the Usos. He was in the ring most of the time. But
yes,
that was also a different.
That was a different type of match.
Right. That was tribal combat.
Yeah.
So. All right. So. You think it's going to be Roman and Rock too?
No. I'm going.
You think it's going to be Cody and Seth?
I think Cody and Seth.
So you think when main event time comes, Cody and Roman?
I don't think there will be interference.
Bloodline is barred. Okay. All right.
I think so.
Okay.
So I'm going with locking it in right now. Right
here live. Locking it in. All right. Next match.
Next match. Gunther, Sami Zayn. I'm taking Gunther in a squash match.
I'm not going to say a squash. I think at least they'll put on a classic to make the fans happy.
A classic squash match. Of course. So good for ratings. So good.
By daring.
All right, 6-woman tag match. Jade Cargill, the hottest thing in WWE, the hottest woman in WWE right now. Bianca Belair and Naomi versus Damage Control, which is what are their names? Kairi Sane, Dakota Kai, and Asuka. I'm gonna go with team. Going with Jade, Bianca, and Naomi. I'm just gonna. I feel like Damage Control is falling off, especially after this Mania. They are definitely gonna fall off because everybody's so
absolutely, and especially like we talked about earlier, Jade coming in and being such an established star already, and only being in one Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
She definitely needs the win. And I think she will get the pin. 1, 2, 3.
I feel like she'll be waiting all match, and once she gets tagged in,
tag, boom,
hot tag, she's just gonna bulldoze through everybody. Within 3 minutes, the match will be over.
Absolutely,
that's what I feel like.
Absolutely.
Jay versus Jimmy. Yeet or no?
Yeet. I think me and you both know each other's sides on this, and we can go as long as we want on this subject because I don't care. It is no yeet until I die.
You just don't understand. There was a point in time when you would call me and say you see the light, and now you're back to the side
I
of
don't
what?
recall that. I'm sorry. I don't recall that.
Oh, you don't recall.
I don't
It's
recall.
okay. It's when the Usos first split up, and then we started watching Jimmy on that mic, and we started watching Jimmy in those matches,
He's gotten
and
better.
then
He's gotten better. He's gotten better.
well, he's gonna be down. It's gonna be just Jey Uso.
Listen, if you're looking at it from a family perspective,
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy's not the bad guy. Jimmy is not the bad guy. Let me drop some gospel on you, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy, in that promo, I think it was a couple weeks ago on Raw, correct me if I'm wrong, or maybe last week, Jimmy said that he saved Jay from becoming like Roman. Now, I
Yeah.
think there is a lot to unwrap there because, one, why is Jimmy talking bad about Roman right now?
Is he really talking bad about Roman though? And
Why would he not want Jay to become like Roman when Jimmy is literally what?
well, he's Roman's right hand man right now. But
Quote unquote, we'll say, right hand man.
Yeah, quote unquote. He's not a good one.
And two, brought up a lot of valid points.
Okay, go ahead.
Jay went on to become tag team champions without him.
Yeah.
Became main event Jay.
Just such what a great solo competitor.
But that's the thing. Where's the main events?
Night of Champions against Roman Reigns, or not Night of Champions, SummerSlam against Roman Reigns. Does that ring a bell? Or
after that,
he's main evented Raw.
So he's on the same level as Solo.
No, because
he can't main event pay-per-views, but he can main event the weekly shows.
Unlike Solo, Jey Uso is winning matches. So no, they're not on the same level. I won't give you that. I won't give you that. And we're not gonna thrash Jey Uso.
All I'm saying is Jay has gotten the better part of the push. It is Jimmy's time to shine. No Yeet is gonna win at WrestleMania.
Okay. Well, I say yeet to that. Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee versus Dominic Mysterio and Santos Escobar.
I gotta go with Dominic and Santos. I feel like the pick from Rey to pick Dragon Lee over Carlito, you can kind of see it in Carlito's face in the segment.
Yeah.
He's not happy.
He's going to screw Rey, I feel like.
Yes, I think eventually in that match, something's going to happen. The ref gets knocked down and distracted.
Yep.
And I think a backstabber is going to come Rey's way.
Yeah.
And it's going to throw him in the ring, and Dominic's going to cover him 1, 2, 3. Because Dominic definitely needs... He
needs a win.
He not only needs it, I think, speaking for a lot of people, he deserves it.
Mm-hmm.
Dominic is one of the only people, not in just WWE, but in the whole wrestling world, who gets a reaction every time he walks out.
Yeah. Not many people get that anymore.
I've been there personally when he's tried cutting a promo. You legit can't hear him. It's continuous boos. You cannot hear him. And I think he's just, from the kid he came into the business as, teaming with his dad, not many people liking him, thinking he's cringy, to becoming one of the most over heels in WWE is one of the coolest things ever, especially with how young he still is.
Yeah.
This kid could literally be, not to shame on his name, I'm a huge fan, he could be the next Eddie Guerrero. Or he could come close to being the next Eddie Guerrero.
Come close.
I think he does have that potential in another couple years to be a fan favorite.
Ooh. He has been feeding nations lately.
He has. And like I said, just give him a couple years.
I feel like he's already gotten his WrestleMania loss. So I'm going to join you in that, on the Dominic.
And honestly, to backtrack, a great match those two put on.
Yes.
At that WrestleMania.
Yes. Yes, it was amazing. It was. It sure was. Hell of a match.
Your prediction.
On what?
You didn't say your prediction.
I said I'm joining you in Dominic.
Oh, you said you were joining me?
Yes.
My fault. I didn't hear you.
The undisputed tag team championship ladder match. Awesome Truth.
You're the only one that's not a fan of the teams in the match?
Nope. I hate every one of them. All of them. Every single one of them.
Cool.
Awesome Truth's there for comedic relief. A-Town Down's there to get job. New Day's there for nostalgia. DIY's there for fun. And the new Catch Republic, who is that? That's Tyler Bate and
Pete and Tyler Bate. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're there for spots. So I got Judgment Day winning that. They're gonna retain.
I do have new tag champs walking out.
Oh. You think New Catch Republic?
No, I really hate to say it.
You're gonna say DIY.
Nope.
New Day?
No.
There's no way. A-Town Down.
No.
Awesome Truth?
Yes.
The one I was reluctant to ask?
Yes. If we're thinking at it from a WWE perspective and from the fans' perspective,
they are over.
Everybody loves R-Truth. The Miz has deserved a title run. This is their kind of way of saying thank you to those two, and I think those two will end up winning the ladder match. Obviously, like you said, the comedic relief of R-Truth being afraid of ladders. I think he's going to overcome his fear, and that's going to be his big WrestleMania moment, which, don't get me wrong, R-Truth is a Hall of Famer, and I do think he does deserve his WrestleMania moment. It's just the way they kind of built this matchup and threw all the teams together.
Yeah.
I think the Creed brothers should have been in there. They've been putting on classics every
so
week.
Good.
DIY, not discrediting them at all. Great tag team. I think they're better off separated.
Solo.
And the way they've been coming out, it's like nobody knows them. Nobody reacts. And they have been putting on good matches, so it's sad.
Yeah.
But it's just the fans aren't into it. And they got to kind of feed into that and be like, okay, they're not into it. Where do we go from here?
Right.
So I think that's something that needs to be discussed afterwards, after Mania, is what are we going to do with DIY?
We're definitely going to find out here in 3 days? 2 days?
2 days. 2 days. Holy
because they face Saturday.
Yeah.
Rhea Ripley. Becky Lynch.
That's going to be a barn burner, dude.
Yes.
Absolute barn burner.
This could end world hunger.
So it could end world hunger, or it could fix the world hunger. I'm hoping it fixes it, because Rhea Ripley is too good of a wrestler, too good of a generational talent to have a championship run like this. It has been the most lackluster women's championship run I've seen in a long time.
Io Sky is up there too.
Io Sky is up there for sure, but that's the thing. Io Sky has had more storyline and more matches than Rhea.
Yes.
And, I get it. We're painting Rhea as the Roman Reigns of the women. She's the dominant one. She doesn't have to show up and wrestle every night, which is fine. But to where she's had the title for a year, okay?
Yep.
To compare her to Roman, when Roman had the title for a year, he was showing up every week. He was defending it every week. Not defending it every week, but defending it every pay-per-view, having storylines. Where is Rhea's build-up? If this was 2 or 3 years into the title reign, sure. Give her some time off. That's fine.
Yeah.
But where do we say we're going to make her a dominant champion? Because she's just going out there and saying it. She's not proving it. And I think that's where everybody's kind of confused, is like, why is she not proving it? She can. I mean, it just goes to show her and Charlotte last year, literally, hot take, maybe not, had the best match on both nights. So,
you talking about Charlotte and Rhea?
Yes, I think they had the best match on both nights last year.
That was great. That was great. That was a fantastic match. I don't think it was better than Cody and Roman, but
I think the storytelling was better with Cody and Roman. I don't
was
think the
better.
wrestling was.
Yeah.
I think the wrestling will be better this year. I think they're going to kill each other. But,
yes.
Um,
That's enough of night 1. Night 2. Roman versus Cody. I'm going to go first.
We're starting off with that?
I don't think these are in order. But yes, let's start off with it.
Your thoughts?
I got Roman. Seth is going to come out and stomp Cody Rhodes' head in, and Roman Reigns is going to retain.
It's a good take. I'm saying that biasly. No, but being for real, that is a good take, especially after what you said with how Cody and Seth could win the tag match. No bloodline interferes.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole headline right there. No bloodline interferes.
Exactly.
So if Seth Rollins interferes, can't do much about it. I'm also going to go Roman.
Mm-hmm.
I think for one, they're going to have him beat Hogan's record.
How long does he have to hold it till? September, right?
No, only 100 more days.
Isn't that no, that's not September.
No, it's like May.
No,
it's stupid.
July. Yeah.
But yeah, I think what's going to happen is you're going to see like a Civil War type thing. You're going to see The Rock come out.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to see Solo come out.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to see Seth come out.
Tell me more.
Stone Cold.
I've heard a lot about Stone Cold.
I think that there's a lot there with the way Cody and Roman are going at it compared to the way Rock and Austin were going at it. To where Austin was kind of like, the catalyst of fuck you, I do what I want.
Right.
And Roman, Rock,
Yeah.
But I do think that Seth Rollins will end up turning on Cody Rhodes. For sure. It's been known you don't trust Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
You do not trust Seth Rollins.
No, you don't.
He's basically like the new Randy. He's the snake. You don't trust him.
That's right.
But I think that will lead to what everybody wants to see, and that's a triple threat match.
Oh, man. You told me this months ago. You told me
because it's the three biggest stars.
Yeah.
In the company. Going at it. I mean, you can't pass up on that.
No, I'm not lying.
So I gotta go Roman.
Okay. The Final Testament versus Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits.
I think that's going to be a sleeper match. I think a lot of people aren't expecting much out of it, and I think it's going to shock a lot of people.
I'm expecting a lot. I want chaos, and I think it's going to be it. I got Bobby and Street Profits, though. They've been getting beat up.
Yes.
Every week. You agree?
Yes, absolutely. I think they need the win. Everybody knows the Final Testament has potential to be a great group.
I feel like it's just too early.
Right. So I think if they lose, it's not going to hurt them too much.
Yeah.
To where if the Street Profits and Bobby lose, it's just going to make them look weaker.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they've just been looking weak every single week. Yeah. So, they definitely need that win, and I think they need that win looking very strong.
The next match, Logan Paul, Randy, Kevin Owens. I got Logan retaining.
I think that's the safe option.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be opposed to seeing Randy have another title run.
I wouldn't be opposed to it. Wouldn't be mad at all.
Working with a lot of like
I'm taking
mid-card
head over
stars.
heart.
Yeah, like I love seeing the people like John Cena, Randy, like those kind of people work with the mid-card talent. I think that does a lot for them.
Yep.
For the wrestler and the mid-card talent to do all that. So you know what? Fuck it. My prediction is Randy.
Okay. All right. Cool. Io Sky versus Bailey. Bailey as well.
Absolutely.
We don't got to talk too much about that.
Much like Rhea, saturated title run. Not that it's Io's fault. Io's a great wrestler. Just the build going in towards it. It's not good. Not to sound insensitive. I think as a champion, you should be able to cut an English promo. Saying.
All right.
I do love like the Shinsuke type anime promos.
Yes.
Those are dope. I love those. But
he's
as a world
on the card.
Yeah, which is wild to me because he was a main eventer for the better part of all last year. But it's just as a main champion, you gotta kind of like be able to reach every single audience, and I feel like you can't do that with those type of promos.
Yeah. LA Knight, AJ Styles. I'm going LA Knight.
Yep.
LA Knight. Yeah. Last match. Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre. You already heard my prediction. Whoever wins, it doesn't matter. They're getting cashed in on.
Absolutely. But
I would love a Seth Rollins win, but I think I've choosing head over heart again. Drew McIntyre, have your moment and lose, you fucking asshole. Fuck you.
So I think Drew McIntyre does win.
Yeah.
I think the cash-in does occur, but I don't think the cash-in is successful.
You think
I think Finn Balor screws over Damian Priest.
Finn Balor. Oh, you think the Judgment Day is gonna? Oh,
I think they're gonna implode.
All at Mania. That's good. That's good. That's good. Okay. All right. That's a really good prediction.
Thank you.
All right, man. Hey, look, we've been going for a long time. It's been a long time. You know, thank you for your time, Troy, dude.
Of course, man.
Give these people what they might want. Give them the links to your stuff, dude.
I don't have much going on right now, but like Jermaine said in the beginning of the show, I'm going to be starting to wrestle soon. So hopefully I'll definitely be on a future episode.
Oh, absolutely.
Hopefully by then I'll have some links for you guys. But just till then, enjoy the ride Jermaine has taken you on and shut your mouth.
That's right, man. Hey, I appreciate you coming on, man.
Yes,
I appreciate you. Hey, guys, episode 2, we're making it. We're doing it. Things are happening. Change is a coming. We're getting up there. I appreciate everybody listening, man. You guys stay safe and be good people.
Happy WrestleMania week.
Happy WrestleMania week, everybody. Until next time. Let's go.